Why do we celebrate the holidays? Hey Crash, today we're going to talk about the holidays, more specifically, why we celebrate them and what their meaning truly is.
You mean Christmas?
Well, let's not forget that Christmas isn't the only holiday. There's plenty of different cultures with their own celebrations around the end of December. But Christmas will definitely be our focus, since it's the most widely celebrated holiday in the Western world.
Christmas is the only holiday in my eyes. Give me an ice or of a Christmas jumper and a glass full of eggnog with whiskey, so I can make it through this video.
Jeez, man, it's 9 in the morning.
It's gotta be after 5 p.m. somewhere in the world. Oh, and give me one of them stupid-ass hats.
Just try to stay conscious for the next few minutes, okay? We don't want a repeat of the office Christmas party, do we?
Ha, no promises.
Before Crash turned Christmas into a week-long stretch of debauchery, the holiday was originally meant to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. However, December 25th isn't actually Jesus' birthday. The exact choice of date comes from more of a political standpoint than a religious one.
Uh-oh, politics and religion in the same sentence? Flash up the trigger warning! Man down the hatches! Red alert! Red alert!
No, there won't be any opinions here, just facts. See, originally, Christian festivals were all about celebrating events such as Passover, which is now primarily a Jewish event. Passover occurred on the 25th of March on the Julian calendar, and these festivals celebrated the conception, birth, and passion, or death, of Christ.
The conception of Christ?
Well, more specifically, this event was known as the Annunciation. Annunciation was when the angel Gabriel came down and told Mary that she would conceive the Son of God in 9 months.
So he was like, BAM! You're fucking pregnant now! Peace out! Threw up deuces and flew away. Sounds like a dick move if you ask me. Even I wouldn't do that. After all, I'm too much of a gentleman to leave a woman unsatisfied.
Well, I guess when you put it that way. But point is that we didn't have a Christmas yet. When it came time to decide a date to celebrate the birth of Jesus, there were many dates suggested. However, December 25th was picked for 3 distinct reasons.
Lay them on me, Culture.
Oh, God. It smells like you killed Christmas and left it to rot in your mouth. The first reason is that December 25th is the winter solstice on the Roman calendar. In case you didn't know, the winter solstice is the shortest day and longest night of the year. Symbolically, Jesus was born on the shortest day of the year, since he came at humanity's lowest point, and from there the days began getting longer, the implication being that he brought light to the world.
This Jesus guy can do anything!
Furthermore, this occasion was frequently marked by pagan feasts and celebrations, and hence it made sense to simply shoehorn in Christian beliefs. Which brings me to the second reason December 25th was chosen. This was originally the date that Romans celebrated the sun god Sol Invictus. Apart from having an awesome name, literally meaning unconquered sun, Sol Invictus was essentially the god of a Roman cult. The festival around this time was known as Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, or the birthday of the unconquered sun, and the church was claimed to have essentially appropriated the festival for Christmas, stealing many of its traditions, etc. However, this is argued against by many scholars and remains up for debate.
Boo-hoo! If they wanted to keep their festival, then they should have gotten their sun god to smite the church. But of course they didn't, because Christmas kicked their ass, boy!
Yeah. The third reason is biological. Pregnancies last 9 months. Since the Annunciation occurred on March 25th, it only made sense that Jesus was born on December 25th. Interestingly, the death of Jesus was also believed to have occurred on March 25th. What you say? Hence this being around the time of Easter. This is due to an ancient Jewish belief that great men lived a whole number of years without fractions.
So if that's true of all great men, then I'll also die on my birthday?
Hey, if you don't shut up, then you'll die on your next birthday.
Wow, okay, Culture, no need to get so high-strung. Take a sip and relax.
Did you add absinthe to this? Oh, I think I'm gonna puke.
Wimp. Do you think I should leave some out for Santa Claus?
Absolutely not. We don't want him getting arrested for driving his sleigh under the influence. But you know, Christmas is great and all with Santa, his reindeers and elves and so forth, but it's not the only holiday. Take Hanukkah, for example, a Jewish tradition which is quite often seen as the Jewish version of Christmas. However, the original purpose of Hanukkah could not be further from that of Christmas. Hanukkah is actually a festival of rededication lasting 8 days from the 24th of December to the 1st of January. It is based on a story of rebellion against oppression of the Jewish religion.
Oh, I know this one. It all started with a guy by the name of Adolf Hitler.
Whoa, no. A different story of oppression. See, back when Alexander the Great was conquering various countries such as Syria, Egypt, and Palestine, he allowed the respective people of these lands to continue observing their religious beliefs. However, his successor, Antiochus IV, was not so kind and forced the Jews to observe many Hellenistic religious beliefs, originating from the Greeks. He did this in varying degrees, firstly by placing Hellenistic priests in temples, desecrating the temples by sacrificing pigs on their altars, since pigs are considered to be non-kosher, and by slaughtering many of the local Jews.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Two main groups rose up to oppose this oppression: a nationalistic group led by Mattathias the Hasmonean and his son Judah Maccabee, and the traditionalist group known as the Hasidim. The group succeeded in taking back the temple and rededicating it, but there was one issue.
The temple was guarded by a dragon which could not be slain by a mere sword.
What? No. Where did you get that from?
Sorry, just trying to revive the story a bit. Continue.
As I was saying, the issue was that much of the oil used to keep the menorah alight had been ruined by the Greeks. As such, it was feared that the menorah, or candelabrum, would only remain alight for a single day, whereas it was needed to be lit every night for religious purposes. However, somehow the oil managed to last for 8 days until a new batch of oil was prepared, and this was seen as a miracle. To observe this miracle, the Jews light a menorah over the course of 8 days. Each day a new candle is added to the menorah and lit by the final 9th candle, the servant candle, which is only to be used for practical purposes.
Okay, I get it. So, how did gift giving come into all of this? I just want those sweet, sweet gifts.
Well, gifts aren't actually traditionally a part of Hanukkah. The only reason gift giving occurs is because of, once again, Hanukkah's proximity to Christmas. Jewish kids were jealous of their friends getting gifts, and so to placate them, their parents decided to also give gifts. Which, now I think about it, is kind of messed up, that they just caved to social pressure.
Peer pressure wins again! Now chug this glass of eggnog for me! Come on, I'll tent till you do it! Chug, 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 chug!
Ugh, no way. Hanukkah actually isn't even that important religiously to Jews, with events such as Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Passover, and Shavuot being much more important. This is due to the story of Hanukkah being relayed in the Book of Maccabees rather than in Jewish scripture. However, that doesn't diminish its importance in modern Jewish celebrations. Apart from the lighting of the menorah, some other traditions surround the 8-day period. Fried foods such as latkes, or potato pancakes, are consumed due to the significance of oil in the holiday.
That's why I eat a lot of chicken nuggets as well.
You eat those every day.
Hey, any day is the right day for fighting oppression. And knowing is half the battle.
GI Crash!
Literally 5 minutes ago you were saying how Christmas is the only holiday in your eyes.
Okay, you caught me. My affection for holidays is based on food. Is that so wrong?
I'm just glad you confessed. Other traditions during Hanukkah include the giving of gelt, which are small amounts of money, and playing dreidel, a game involving a spinning top with 4 Hebrew letters on each side. This game is essentially a kid's gambling game.
Teaching kids to gamble early? This holiday has it all.
Just calm down there. I still have one more holiday I want to talk about, and you might just like it even more. Kwanzaa is a holiday celebrated by African people between the 26th of December and the 1st of January, designed to celebrate family, community, and cultural values endorsed by the African people. I say designed because it was invented in 1966 by Dr. Maulana Karenga as a way to bond together African American communities via their beliefs. However, these beliefs are cultural, not religious, and hence it is encouraged that all people of African heritage contribute to the celebration.
I don't have any African heritage though, so how am I supposed to get involved?
Well, you're not Jewish either, but you still wanted to eat fried food.
Fried food should be a religion in and of itself. And eggnog, especially eggnog. I'll make my own holiday, which celebrates eating delicious food and giving me presents. And sexual favors too.
On a less selfish note, the intention of Kwanzaa is quite noble, promoting what are known as the 7 principles. These include unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Each of these are translated from their original word in Swahili. Swahili is the most spoken native African language in the world, and is also where the name of the holiday comes from, where Matunda ya Kwanzaa means first fruits. This phrase itself asks its followers to remember their roots and signifies the importance of both family and heritage to the African people.
That's really sweet. I'm a big believer in family too. This whole thing is bringing a tear to my eye.
No, you don't. You haven't called your mum in a year. I know, because I constantly get calls from her asking to speak to you. And when I pass you the phone, you just say, psych, and hang up.
I was playing a game. Mom knows not to interrupt me. She's at fault here. Wait a minute. You didn't even tell her I was playing a game. It's you! You're the reason my family's falling apart, you son of a bitch!
God, you're awful. Anyway, the traditional holiday greeting is Habari Gani, which means, what's the news? The answer is whichever of the 7 principles corresponds to that day. For example, Umoja, or unity on the first day, and so on. Gifts are usually given to children in any form, but must include a book, to emphasize the importance of learning, which has been a part of African culture since ancient Egypt, and some sort of heritage symbol.
Like a cross or the Star of David?
No, you idiot. I mean a symbol of African heritage. It's against the ideals of Kwanzaa to mix cultural symbols which aren't African. This may seem kind of close-minded, but I suppose the idea is to restore a common through line between African cultures that have long since been separated, and so it's only fair to give them this time. The final tradition of Kwanzaa occurs on the final day, the day of meditation, on which each person takes time to quietly reflect and asks themselves 3 questions. Who am I? Am I really who I say I am? And am I all I ought to be? Through asking these questions, one establishes both honesty to themselves, but also honesty to those around them.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that idea. I love lying too much.
Come on, Crash. Don't you feel even a little bit of human decency? The holidays are a time to reflect, but also a time to look at the times ahead. The holidays are a time to appreciate what you have, but also the opportunities in your future. Ultimately though, all of the holidays we've talked about have a common theme. They bring us together, as families, friends, communities, countries, and as humans. I mean, sure, there's some differences in the specifics, the origins, but in the face of the sheer goodwill, compassion, and fun times the holiday brings, those differences can be forgotten. So what do you say, Crash?
I'm sorry, Culture. You're absolutely right. In fact, just thinking about it fills me with this great warmth. Makes my head go light and my limbs go numb. Culture?
It's okay, Crash. I know it's hard for us to show it, but at the end of the day, when the chips are down, we really do care about each other. I couldn't imagine hosting the show with anyone else, so for that I just want to say what you can't bring yourself to say, which is...
What the fuck are you talking about? I was going to say I needed to take me to the emergency room ASAP! This eggnog was a bad idea!
Okay, Crash, I'll just grab my coat. Enjoy the festive season, everyone. Good night, Crash.
Hey, Culture.
Yeah?
Happy holidays, buddy.
Follow CultureCrash on social media! Like and subscribe for more!